Also called the hidden web and deep net, the deep web is where search engines have yet not indexed the information, and so invisible to the mainstream public. It lingers there unknown and so easily accessible to those who want to delve deep into the unknown. Things that are waiting for you in the deepest corners of the deep web are satanic, disturbing, and outright outrageous. But there are still those who are willing and eager to visit these places. Let's delve into the deep web and scratch the surface to see what weird, creepy, and disturbing things lie beneath our beloved internet. Number 10. Fraud. There are many websites on the deep web where you can purchase stolen credit card details. Prices depend on the type of card that it is and in which country the original came from. Prices start from as low as $3 and up to $100. Typically, these details are stolen when your credit card passes over or through a credit card skimmer. You are also able to purchase fake IDs, such as an American passport, which can be purchased for around €900 or roughly under $1,000. Of course, you can also purchase other outlandish things like blueprints on how to create a fake Gucci bag, which is something my girlfriend might enjoy as long as no one tells her it's fake, of course. Number 9. Drugs and weapons. Users can find anything from prescription drugs, such as Adderall, to exotic strains of Afghani heroin, MDMA, cocaine, and many other types of drugs. Since the infamous Silk Road became so popular, there are now hundreds, maybe even thousands of websites that offer the customer to purchase drugs online. Ordering these drugs is as simple as ordering a product via Amazon. Weapons can also be purchased from the deep web. Handguns sell from $500 to $1,000, and semi-automatic machine guns sell from $1,500 to $3,000. And if that's not disturbing enough, you can also purchase for a low price of $399.95 an army-grade incendiary grenade. Yes, that's right, you heard me right, you can buy an incendiary grenade. Number 8. Child spirits. Imagine cellars, basements, or even dungeons with rows and rows of shelves with jars of weird scientific experiments gone wrong. Well, there's no need to imagine that anymore. Just log on to the deep web and you can find jars that have baby fetuses, stillborns, or miscarriages preserved in them. Now, I'm not sure who or why anybody would want to purchase these, but they are up for sale in the darkest corners of the deep web for those crazy scientists to do what they want with. Number 7. How to cook a woman. There are some very disturbing, creepy, terrifying, and let's throw the rest of the synonyms in there for the next site. That basically describes how to cook a woman. This includes specific body parts and gives you precise recipes and ingredients to use. There are detailed explanations about how to cut up the body extremities for a perfect fillet, and which parts taste better than others. And then there are the specialities, especially the part about eating the nipple raw, with, of course, Texas barbecue sauce. This website is the type of fuel that keeps the nightmares churning out, and I'm sure that this will keep me wide awake for weeks to come. Number 6. Sad Satan. This is a satanic PC game first reported on a YouTube channel. The title is a reference to the speculated backmasked hidden message in Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven during the hedgerow bit. In an interview with the channel owner, he claims to have downloaded the game from a Tor hidden service after receiving a tip from an anonymous subscriber. The original game is about walking down monochromatic corridors while various audio samples are played and looped over each other. Audio in the game leans heavily on recordings of interviews with various murderers, such as Charles Manson. The game also depends heavily on distorted or reversed audio of such interviews or musical clips. While the player controls their character through the hallways, images may intermittently display, taking up the entire screen and preventing the player from progressing any further until the images automatically close after a few seconds. Most of the images are all disgusting and vulgar imagery. However, there are other images used in the game, such as the likes of Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris. Other images include people convicted or accused of murder. I reckon I will stick to playing Doom than try my luck on this game, as I'm sure I wouldn't even get past the opening tutorial. Number 5. We See You. This story from a Reddit user is both intriguing and chilling. So I was browsing random blogs, GeoCity sites and the like, just going from link to link. I eventually came upon an odd page. It appeared to be random thoughts from different people. The messages seemed to be cryptic in nature, like several people trying to pass secret notes to one another. I started looking through the source code, and hidden in the comments of a JavaScript were various IP addresses. So I gathered all of the IPs in a text file and began enumerating. A few of the IPs were web servers with little to nothing on them. I finally came upon a web server with a huge directory of HTML file and TIFF images. A visual route traced it as far as Colorado. The HTML files appeared to be records from psychologists or similar to that of a mental health professional would keep. The images were faxes, apparently of both military and medical nature. As I browsed from subdirectory back to the parent directory, at the top there was a new HTML file named something like hello-there.html. The timestamp was from right that minute. So I opened it, and in plain text was the message, "We see you." No quotes, all lowercase, and about 15 seconds later the server dropped and went dark. Sorry, I'm just kidding, I wouldn't leave you in the dark just like that. Number 4. Cicada 3301. 4 years ago, a cryptic message started appearing on message boards across the internet, claiming to seek highly intelligent individuals. The Cicada 3301 puzzle challenged visitors to find a secret message hidden in the image that accompanied it. When it showed up on January the 4th, 2012, the mysterious image contained a simple message in white text on a black background. "Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in the image. Find it and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few who will make it all the way through. Good luck." It was signed 3301. After some time, people discovered lampposts dotted around the world in cities which had posters on them containing QR codes. After scanning the QR codes, 2 further images needed to be deciphered. Once these images had been deciphered, this led people to the deep web. However, by the time people arrived, Cicada 3301 put up a message stating that they were disappointed in the groups of people that had formed to share parts of the puzzles they discovered without any one member completing all the steps along the way. But what did people find that managed to get to this deep web page before the others did? Well, that still seems to be a mystery that needs to be solved today. Number 3. Pink Meth. So if you had an ex who you wanted to get revenge on and had a load of nude photos of them, well then Pink Meth was the site for you. The site was a well-known one when it was operating, where users would post nudes, and some posts included contact information and links to social media profiles of the victims. The site also had a section where victims were encouraged to write an account of how their images were likely obtained in order to get their pictures removed and further embarrass themselves in the process. This happened to a number of women, one who finally got their site taken down through legal action over the upload of their private bedroom photos. Number 2. Red Rooms. Let's put it this way. If you threw together live internet streams and the gruesome messed up images from the film Hostel, and you basically have the main theme to Red Rooms. Red Room is urban legend. It's allegedly a hidden website or service on the deep web where you can see and participate in interactive torture or murder. For example, some unlucky person stumbled into a live stream of a girl sitting in a chair while a chat section bidded for what abuse to do to her next. Eye gouging and death was to follow. It is essentially the snuff film legend retold for the YouTube era. It's similar to other moral panics involving the so-called deep web, in that it was made popular by uncritical reports proved by both traditional and social media. There are hundreds of these so-called Red Room stories, all over the internet and the deep web, while none have been verified as having taken place. To be honest, I think I'll stick to watching streams of people playing Pokémon Go videos, thank you very much. Number 1. The Human Experiment. Things go from downright creepy to horrific, especially when you're surfing the deep web. Here is a look at the site The Human Experiment. This website attempts to illustrate several experiments that are being conducted by a group on human subjects. The people chosen for this range of experiments are usually homeless people that are unregistered citizens. Experimentations range from starvation and water fluid restrictions, vivisection, pain tolerances, infectious diseases and organ effects, sterilizations, and neonate and infant tolerance to X-rays, heat and pressure. Then the bodies of the dead are dissected and then disposed of in dumpsters of meat shops where their bodies will not be found. To be honest, I'll never be able to look at a meat shop the same way again. Thank you very much for watching as always. Let me know if you enjoyed this video or if it should be banished to the deep corners of the deep web. See you again next time.
Many of you have probably caught some pretty powerful Pokemon by now, but have you caught one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game yet? Well, to find out, join us as we count the 10 highest CP Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Number 10. Executor. This may be a surprise entry to the list. Executor evolves from the very underwhelming Execute, but once it turns into an Executor, it becomes a bit of a beast indeed. The Pokemon resembles a coconut or a pineapple tree and walks on 2 legs, which looks kind of funny. However, there's nothing funny about the 2,955 maximum CP that this Pokemon can reach. On top of that, for every power-up you give to Executor, it will gain an additional 40 CP, which ties it in 7th place with Arcanine and Vaporeon when it comes to powering up Pokemon. To top everything off, Executor can learn Solar Beam, which with 120 points of damage is fairly high up on